Hello all, welcome back at way2testing.com and my name is Chandan Singh. So in this video we will gonna to work on the reflection API of Java or what is the reflection in Java. So nowadays it's a very popular question for Selenium interview and also for the Java interview. So we will work on this one, and after this session you will be able to answer most of the questions related to the Java API, reflection API. So first of all, this is my website way2testing.com, and here you will get all kind of study material related to the Java and all the topics of the Java, then Selenium, APM, Maven, TestNG, these all things. And then we have I have one more YouTube channel. It's known as Software Testing Tutorial Way2Testing, and here you will get all kinds of the study material in form of the videos. Okay, so without delay, let's start. What is the reflection API in the Java? So we will discuss a very basic thing from very basic, like what is the reflection in the Java and these all things. So let me write something that uh, it's nothing, just you can say reflection allow a programmer or us to inspect and manipulate manu manipulate is, please forgive me about the wrong spelling, manipulate classes interface means attribute of the class, like classes interface and object and these all things, methods, fields, like methods, fields, field fields, etc. That there is a way that we can manipulate these all things of a class like interface method when at the runtime. So this is only the reflection that you are trying to manipulate something, that you want to get the a class name or object property or field of a class at the runtime. Then we use the Java reflection. Okay, so what is basically happening behind it? So basically in the Java there is a class, and whose name is class means, always remember, there is a class in the Java there is a class in the Java that keep all the information about all the objects, about keep all the information it will keep all the information about objects and classes. Okay, so this is a little bit confusing that there is a class, the word class is again coming. So just think, suppose that you have something like this one. So there is a program like that, you are creating a program. Okay, so in the program you can see that you are writing some code and you are writing some methods and these all things, but there is a something which is actually happening. For example, that you are not creating the constructor, but every time it is getting called whenever you are creating the object. So the thing is that, suppose that this is your code, you are writing something here like class A and this one, and inside that you have something. So there is also a class in the Java which have all the information. Its name is as a class. Okay, so it have all the information about your this class and the object of this class. So we need to create the object of this class which have all the information of your class and objects. We need to create the object of this class, and by using this object we can get all the property of this class. Okay, that's a little bit confusing. If you'll listen to me carefully, you will get very much clear that in the Java there is a class. There is a class in the Java whose name is class actually, and that keep all the information about the objects, about the classes at the runtime. So we just need to create the object of that class, and we will get all the property of your newly created class and the object we have. So basically, what is the reflection in the Java? So we can also define it in this way. We can say it is a class manipulator. Means we can manipulator when at the runtime. It's a class manipulator at the runtime. Second thing, we can also say that uh, it can be used to manipulate the classes and everything inside the class. Inside the class, you can also manipulate everything. Third thing, main thing is this one, that it will slow down. It's a drawback. Slow down your program. In interview, they used to ask this one. Why? Because JVM does not optimize your code, means system cannot optimize the code, so your code will get slow down. And also in the applet, applet do not allow the Java reflection due to security issue. Okay, so these are the basic things that we should know cannot be used in applet. Why? Due to security reasons. Okay, applets actually. Okay, so also now, as we know that in the Java there is a class whose name is class, and we will create the object of this class, and we will get all the property of any class, and it will keep all the information of all the objects and the classes. But how we will create the object of this class? How we will create the object of this class? So there is a Java have provided the three way to create the object of this class. So always remember there is a three way to create, and mainly in our real life we will use only two way out of these or three way. So most popularly used, it's a for name. It's a for name method. Actually, it's a for name method to create the object of class. And if we know, basically we use this one if we know the class name. I will explain you these all things. You will create, if you know the class name, we can use this method, for name method, to create the object of Java class, which is class which have all the information. Second method is the get name. If we know the object of class, means if we know the class name A, we can use this for name method to create the object of this class. Okay, now if we know the object of this class, suppose that there is the object, we have created the object of this class, like this one is equal to new A. So to create the object of this class, we will use here for the object name. If we have the object name, and this the third method is very rarely used. It is basically for the boolean operations, so it's known as the dot class method. Okay, so we will call this one, but in the real life you will use only this one. So it is known as the dot class. Basically it's extension. So these are the way. So these are the three ways that we can create the object of which one? Of a Java class which have all the property, which have all the information about your classes, about your objects and all the things. So these all things which we will implement in a Java program, and these all things you will get much more clear by just one example. Okay, so I have created a program. His name is I have created a, you can say, class, and it's a blank. We will write a code here. So suppose that we have a class like like vehicle. Suppose that you can take any name. There is a class, and here we have a method like uh, suppose that we have public void v, and inside this one we have like system. There is a class and it have a simple method g, and I am inside the method. Suppose that. Okay, and now suppose that we have another class. Uh, its name is car. Okay, and now the car class extends your vehicle class. Extend vehicle class. Suppose that. So if you have not seen my previous video that what is the inheritance, what is this one, so please go through my YouTube channel and please have a look on the all the Java or Selenium tutorial series. You will get much more clear about the Java and Selenium if you have not seen. So it will be very great for you to understand this tutorial. It's a basically advanced Java topic that I'm covering. Okay, so now suppose that this your car class have some variable like public integer x, or you can say public string, sorry, string name. Suppose that it has some variable as well, and suppose that it also have a constructor like a car. So constructor will be the same name of the class, and it will have the some method like this out. Suppose that we are printing I am inside the constructor. So now uh, these all things we have, and suppose that we have one more, nothing require much more. Now suppose that we have a main class here, reflection demo, and inside that we will create a main method. So I will say that public static void main data type. I will take string, and we know that we cannot change any of this one arguments. Okay, so now, so for example, I first of all I will use the get class method. So suppose that I will, let me remove this one. It is not required. No issue. Okay, so first of all, what I will do, I will create the object of my car class. So we know that as soon we will create the object of my car class, the constructor will be called. This code will be executed. So let's create the object of your car class. So let me give it name as cr is equal to, sorry, cr is equal to new car. So as soon we will create the object of my car class, the constructor will be called. Uh, okay, so it's done. Now suppose I have the object of my car class, this one. Now I want to know the, you can say, the name of the class at the runtime. So here the reflection will be used. The concept of the reflection will get to know, means from this class I want to know the name of this class at the runtime. So how we will do, as I told you, that if we know the object of my class, then we will use the get name method. So it's very simple, just one line code. If you see it, you will get to know that what we are doing. So as I told you that we will create the object of which one class, a class Java which know or which have the information about your all the classes, all the objects and the methods. So suppose that I'm creating a class object. How we can create it? By using for name method. So but we know the object name of the class, so we will use the get class, this one. So it is stored in the object. Okay, so now we need to convert it to the string, because we can fetch the value of this one. So suppose that I'm saying that c name, or you can say c name or class name, you can give any name, and I will say that c obj dot, we will get the string value. So we will call the method get name, this one. Now I will print this one, so you will get to know that what is the name of our class. So let me write here name of the class is, so you can see that we are getting the name of the class. Okay, so practice is my package name, dot car is the class name. So what we are doing here, we have created the object of my car class, and by using this object we have created the object of Java class which have all the information, this one. Okay, so by using this object we are calling a method of get name to get the name of the class. Okay, so this is the method used to get the name of the class. Now let's move on the some other point. Suppose that we want to know, this is basically get the name of class. Now I want to know the name of the super class, because we seen that the class are extending the vehicle class. So if we want to know the get super class, so what we will use, again we will use the same object what we have created here, and we will get the name of the super class. Okay, so first of all let me create c double s class, and I will say that super class object is equal to, I know the, you can see that I know the object of my, we have already created the object, and here you will get a method named as the get super class. Okay, so we have already created the object of my class, and then we have called the method get super class. Okay, so now it is inside the object. Let me get the name in the string super class name is equal to cls dot get name, this one, and I will print it out. So we can say that super class name is this one, and you can get that we are getting the name of the super class. What is the super class? It's a name as vehicle. So let me run this one. There is some code has some issue, no issue. So you can see that super class name is a vehicle. So in this way we can fetch the class name, we can fetch the super class name at the runtime. Now the one more way, that how can we can get the third thing like constructor. Suppose that how to get the constructor. So get the constructor. So we will use here the same object, and for the constructor a class may have a lot of constructor inside it. So we will create an array to store all the constructor, and then we will print the values. So we can also get a single constructor as well. So let me create a constructor array, and constructor, let me give it name as this one, and let me, I have already created the object, so I will use that constructor. See, I have already created my class object here, so I will call the method, its name as get declared constructor, get constructor, this one, get constructor. So I will get the name of the constructor. Okay, so let me use get declared constructor. So whatever the constructor that we have declared, it will come here. Okay, so now you have to import this one. It will be inside the java.lang.reflect. And also one thing, that the class that we have used, it will be inside the inside here, import java.lang not dot class, this one. Okay, so this class of which we are creating the object do not come inside any sub package. It will come under the java.lang.class, whose object we are creating here. It is also an interview question. So we have created an array, and we have stored all the constructor in an array. So now we need to fetch the values of my constructor one by one. So we will use the for each loop. So how we are using the for each loop? Let me write a simple code to get the all the constructor name, this one. So I will say that sys out, and I will say that constructor name is, I will say that constructor constructor name is, and let me say here c dot get name, there is a method. Okay, so in this way we will get the name of the constructor. You can see that there is one constructor named as the car. Okay, so this is the, you can see that there is a very simple way that we are just creating the object our class, means java class which have the all the information, this one, and by using object of this class we are fetching the different values of any java class. Now there is one more intro question, that how to fetch the fields in the java. So using the reflection, so you can say that get fields of a class, of a of class, how you will fit the fields of a class using the reflection. So again we will use the array, let me give it name as fld, and I will say that I will again use the class object, and I will say that it's named as the get declared fields, I think so, get declared, this one. So you will get all the fields inside an array, and now we will again use the for loop, but always one more thing, that we need to get the name of the fields. Okay, so now let me run this one. So first of all use the for each loop. So the it's, we have to import this field, import, always remember field, get declared fields, it is fi, this one, because we are using the reflection, so we have to import this one reflect inside package field. Okay, so now let me create a for each loop to print all the to get the fields of each element. One. So it's very easy. If we can see that we just need to create the object of the class, and then we can fetch all the values like their constructor, their uh, you can say class name, superclass name, field. These all things, the basic thing that we can fetch at the runtime of a class. So suppose that there is this one. So name of the fields, name of the fields, and then we can say that f dot get name method will be there, and we will call this one. Okay, so you can get the name of the fields. So you can see we have two fields. Name of the field is x and name of the field is y. Okay, so you can see there is a two fields like public string name, public string this one. So this is a very simple concept that we are using to getting the properties of a class at the runtime using the reflection. So now you are very much clear that how we can get the runtime, how we can manipulate the class at the runtime. So we have used the first method. It's known as the get name, because we have the object of a class. Now if we don't have the object of a class, so it's again very easy. Let me show you that how it can be done. Uh, Here we can also do. Suppose that we don't have the name of the object. Okay. Suppose that we don't have the object of class of our car class. So how it can be done? So now we will create the object in some other way. Here the way will be different. So what we will use? We will use the for name method. So we will use class dot for name, and here you have to give the package name dot class name. So what was this one? It was something like this one. Let me write it here, and it will throw an exception. We have to accept this one. You can also use the try and catch block, but for the timing I'm not using this one. So let me run this one, and you can see again it's printing all the things. So the thing is this one, there is a two way that we can create the object of my class of me say Java class who have all the information by using the for name method. If we directly want to create the object using the name of the class, and if we have the object of the class, then how we will create the object of class using the this method, get class method. So it's all about the Java reflection, and if you have any doubt and concern, feel free to write me. Okay, so thank you for watching. Have a great day.